March 7th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. And this is just a workshop, so no voting on anything, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so it will be item, what is that, 4, the call to artist update?
Yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that Lyra can start sharing hers. Lyra, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
You know, you would think at this point we would learn to unmute ourselves already, you know. Sorry about that. So we opened 2 of the call to artists last week. We opened the Sankofa for the West Lawn Administration Building and the interior mural for the Sports Event Center. For the Sankofa sculpture, we received 16 submittals. Only 15 were responsive. One of them did not submit any documents, so it is deemed non-responsive. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. And for the interior mural, we received 19 submittals and all 19 of them were responsive. So that actually makes me really happy. Remember that at this point, once you receive all the submittals and these instructions, there is a cone of silence in effect. No evaluators may be talking to other evaluators about the CTAs. None of the artists can contact the evaluators, and no one representing the artists can contact the evaluators. If anyone contacts you or emails you, calls you or anything, direct them to me. And we will answer all of their questions, but do not reply back, do not say anything back, all right? This is a, anyone who that, you know, if you respond back, it may seem like a violation of the Sunshine State Law, since everyone has to have the same information at the same time. So keep that in mind. The evaluator's disclosure statement, also known as the conflict of interest form, you will be needing to fill that out. And whenever you can, just email it to me at lcruzgalis@alaskacounty.us on or before April 1st. All right.
Real quick, will you be emailing those out?
Yes. Yeah, all this information will be emailed out to you after the meeting. Gina will make sure that you all have my email address so you can send everything to me once you are ready. Of course, this evaluation, this stage considers all of the information submitted and only the information submitted. And of course, we rely on your expertise to give us the scores and evaluate based on your knowledge and experience. So a total of 100 points is attainable. We changed the scoring for this one a little bit for both of them. And the first criteria is only based on the resume. So what you're going to be looking for if it's they provided their name, their address, and any type of contact information. Any references that were prior clients. And of course, you'll take into account their credentials, their experience, and their awards. And for the Sankofa statue, we asked for digital photos showing an existing sculpture made of durable and vandal-resistant materials. And of course, the Alaska County residency, but you guys do not touch that scoring. That is procurement. Procurement gives those points. So you will only have to worry about the first 2 criteria, okay? And for the indoor mural is the same thing, except we are asking for digital photos of a similar mural. They should be of the same art installation, but showing different distances, different details of it, just, but of the same mural. So when it comes to scoring and ranking, when we come back on April 4th, you will be able to see everyone's scores at the same time. At this moment and during the next meeting, you will be able to change your scores depending on what you hear from from other evaluators. And if you change your mind on something, you can change your score at that moment. We do advise that do not give a total of 0 on any of the artists, because that would mean that they were non-responsive, or and basically we would require a written explanation on it. Of course, submit your scores prior to April 1st. So we're going to be using monochronicle for your scoring. Now, monochronicle has basically 2 steps kind of thing for you to evaluate. I'm assuming that you will be working on 2 different tabs. So I'm going to first give you the overview on the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to do it myself in the actual link, so you can see how it works. So this is the page that the link will open up to. On this link, the first step that you're going to see down here is step 1. It is for you to open up the gallery. So in this case, we're using the Sankofa as an example. So you're going to click on that link, and it's going to show you the gallery itself. Now, up here, there's a mentioning of the star system. We are not using the star system at this time. We're just using the criteria that I'm going to show you. So once you open up to the gallery, you can just click on any of the images, and the image itself will pop up, and you will see the name of the artist, and you will also be able to see the links to all the documents that they provided. All right. So then you can go back to the first page, and you will be able to do step 2, which is to fill out your name and then put in the scores that you want. All right. Let's do this now so you can see it in action. All right. So here we are. This is the page where the link will open. And you will see here we have the step 1. So you're going to open the gallery, and you can see that it opened in an entire different tab. If my internet cooperates at this moment. Probably should have it open. I'm sorry, is there any questions at this point? No? All right. So once the tab opens, you can scroll down and you will see all of the pictures. And then at the bottom, you will get to see by artists. So in here, let's try this one as an example. So you see the stars in here. We're not going to be using the stars, but you can see the picture clearly, and you have the links down here. So you are going to be able to open them up, read them through, whatever you need to do. And then you're going to go back to the first tab, and then you're going to fill out step number 2. So in this case, so the images were good. We're going to give them a 70. They provided everything. We're going to give them a 20. And like I said, you're going to only be scoring the first 2 criteria. The residency points, I will give those to the artists. So then you can just continue on assigning points all the way throughout. Oh, and before I forget, next to the names, they will have what the score is for. Now, there's only one place where you can find the definition of it, and it's right here. then it's just, so you can just go on and do as you will do. It'll be very easy. So you're gonna finish all that and then you click on submit.
Got a question. What happens
Oh.
if they get caught up in something else, they have to step away from it, and they did not finish? Does it automatically save their scores? You know, maybe they got the first 3 done, and then they had to go away and do something else for a little bit, and then it comes back and they pick it up? Or what happens if they hit submit? So do they have to do it all at the same time?
I understand that it would be better, but I will defer to Irina because I did not think about asking her that.
Yeah, so once you stop typing it and you don't submit the form, we won't have the results from you. However, it may be saved in your browser as you already typed it. It depends on your settings. So I would say it's easier to just go in just one round and submit it.
So if, I guess, guys, if you need to step away for a few, you may want to just jot down, like on a piece of paper or something, your scores in case whenever you come back, it did not save it.
Correct. That would be the best thing to do. I will also provide the Excel spreadsheet that I always provide, just in case if you want to use it, but just make sure that you enter your scores on Monochronicle, all right? Any other questions?
I just give one command that Lyra, in your mode you can see the table, but the others won't see the table. They will see only images in the gallery, and I disable the star rating system so they won't be able to vote anyway. They will just see the stars but not able to click. So we will try it this way.
All right. So and that is it for my presentation for today. Does anyone else have any other questions? All right, and then I'm excited for this.
All right, so next thing that we have on our agenda is update on Fire Station 33 and 40. So Fire Station 33, the stained glass artist, she is full steam ahead. We're processing her first payment so she can get to work on that one. And as far as the Fire Station 40 mural, the top 3 have been invited to submit their sketches. I've received 2 of them at this point, and I'm still waiting on the 3rd, but the deadline is Wednesday by close of business. For our poet laureate, I'm going to ask Lyra to advertise that a little later this month, just because we have a lot going on right now, and we want to make sure that we advertise it this month, but we're just going to give it a little delay. And then as far as the sports event center, Lyra, do you know when the deadline is for the silhouettes? And then I have the date for the sculpture.
It's March 9th. So both of them are due the same day.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So we will have then at your next meeting, the submittals that we've received for the sports event center. And then at our May meeting is whenever you'll have to have your scores back. So does anybody have any questions on our current call to artists processes? All right. Well, Mr. Chair, you're up.
So the next agenda item would be the artist conference discussion.
So the group may recall that we had asked for it to be delayed because of Omicron. All of those numbers are dropping, even with the county administration building, that we're asking, masks are strongly encouraged, but they're not required anymore. So I'll defer to the council as to how you would like to proceed.
I got a question. Since the numbers are dropping and life looks like we're getting back to normal, is there the possibility of still doing it at Canapa Hall?
Yeah, I can reach out to Alexis and ask her who would host us. Is there a particular day of the week? Because our prior one was for a Friday. So I'd like to just give her a little bit of guidance. So does anybody have any strong opinions?
I feel like keeping it on the Friday would be ideal.
I second that. I believe Friday also is good, maybe Saturday, but Friday, I also second that.
Okay. Is there a particular month that you're thinking of, or just ask her, you know, maybe in the next 4 or 6 weeks at least out, so we have time to advertise if she has a Friday or Saturday available, or Friday?
If I could suggest, maybe the first or second week of April, those are Fridays. I believe the second week of April is 15th or something like that. Or maybe even week before, but that definitely gives, enough time to put out an advertising and, let artists know.
So I'll go ahead and reach out to Alexis and see if the first or second week of April at Kanapaha is available. If not, do we really want to have it at Kanapaha, or do we want Plan B to be back in the county administration building?
I'm game for either location. I just thought Knappall was just a nice location to hold it.
All right, that sounds good. Well, I will reach out to her.
If it's gonna be that close, and outdoors, I will not be able to make it.
I think she can accommodate us inside. They have
Okay,
a room.
But April is just a few weeks, and I'm already scheduled to do that's like almost Easter weekend. 15, 16, and 17. I believe the 15th is Good Friday.
It is.
And the 17th is Easter. And I'm booked for that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I won't be able to make it.
Well, okay, and you're my co-presenter too, so.
I know. Yeah,
Are you available later in April, or look maybe even the first part of May?
May, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I can do that.
So the first Friday would be the 6th, which is
6th.
Mother's Day weekend. So does anybody have any concerns that you'd be able to accommodate that?
I can do the 6th. And I guess I have to take a lot of allergy medication.
Right. So ask for May.
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause that would give us at least the month of April to try to get more people interested in it.
My only concern is we keep putting it further and further and further down the road. But as long as we, I guess, get it done, so the artists who were originally, interested, believe that we're still going to do it and present it.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm one of the co-presenters, and I'm already pre-booked for that weekend. So it's up to Gina.
Yeah, and we also have to make sure we check with all the other presenters to give them enough time. So I think that is a good start as far as a tentative date. But obviously that's depending on the location or the county's space to see if they're available. But I think it's a good starting point as to, when is the earliest that it could be done. I mean, it doesn't have to be firmly that day. But I would definitely would like to see us try to get a little bit more people to attend it, either virtually, obviously, or I don't know if we're doing the hybrid, but if we are, to still get a couple more people to come out to it. Anybody else on the board have any thoughts on the day, or should it stay in person, hybrid?
Can we do both?
Cannot vote. You just have general conversation about things. You can vote at your next meeting. I do need a quorum of in-person folks for the next meeting.
Oh, no, she wasn't asking for a vote. She was asking, can we do both as far as a hybrid?
Vote. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said vote. Yes, we can absolutely do both, because we did still, and they may have changed their mind, but some folks wanted to attend virtually and the majority wanted to attend in person. So my assumption is that the ones that wanted to attend virtually still wanted to do that.
Gina, would it require additional county staff if it was held at Kanapa Hall to set up the equipment to do the virtual part?
So I basically would just do it on my computer. And so we would just set it up so that the laptop, you know, they could, like kind of how you're seeing me now. So whoever is presenting, they would be in here because it would be on my laptop. So not super high tech. In the county administration building, we actually do have the cameras, you know, and so like our communications team, they can span it so you could see the crowd in the room, and then they can, you know, narrow it in so you could just see the one speaker. We would not have that capability at Kanapa Hall.
I like David's idea of, you know, May 6th, because, you know, Queen is booked, of setting that as the first tentative date. That's basically 2 months away. So that would give plenty of time to advertise and to ensure any presenters and people have time to come. I'm open to either location. I just think Kanapa Hall is a beautiful place. It's a bit more artistic than a county administration building. But if whether something might be a factor, we can do it at the chamber room.
All right, well, I will reach out to her and I will let y'all know.
All righty. So the next, I believe, is public comment. I know we have Miss Fay on the line. If she has anything.
Did y'all start out? Good evening. Did you
Good.
all start out saying celebrate Women's History Month? March is Women's History Month. We need to celebrate the women this month. So I'm not able to see myself. I cut it off. Are you all able to see me or hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, that's good enough. I do have a concern, you know, the same concern I've been had for the last 3 years with old Joe. And you all made a decision and the county commissioners made a decision. I guess the best thing that happened with my side is that 19 people contacted me because they watched this county commission office. And we decided that we're gonna have a weekend of talking about old Joe and the Confederate soldier while I was relocated over to Ocala. So that's a good thing. I sort of thought folks had sort of put that behind them, didn't remember the reason why we got rid of that symbol. But folks did, you know, start calling and sending emails. So we met 2 weeks ago and decided that it was time for us to have another meeting, a public meeting on old Joe. That's the Confederate soldier that used to stand on Main Street and University Avenue. And I'm happy to report that Reverend Rawls will be one of our speakers because he was able to get rid of old Joe down in St. Augustine. So we had that same experience. And then there's a brother over in Palaca who's still advocating that they get rid of old Joe in Palaca. And I'll be one of the speakers. And the whole, we're probably gonna have the whole weekend. So we'll, you know, let y'all know the time, the location, and the agenda. So I was feeling kind of bad, but then I got pumped up when people said they need to know more about Old Joe because it was horrible to even have it on Main Street and University Avenue. So I guess it sort of worked out, you know, sort of worked out for both of us. And like I say, I will provide more information on Old Joe, probably the next meeting. My second point too is that I'm really concerned about the Arts Council because I think it needs to be publicized more to the community because I feel like it's pretty much become like a little clique. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but I think it needs to be expanded. I know a whole lot of people over in out east who want to be part of the Arts Council because I've been talking with them. And I can, you know, I can help out that way, being part of it. I don't want to be on the council, but I just think it needs to be expanded to, you know, and especially to Black folks, you know, and to out east brothers. You know, the best poets I met in Gainesville are the brothers who stand in front of the liquor store up on Hawthorne Road. Some of the best poets that I know. And so I'm emphasizing, I'm urging, I don't know how to do it, but I mean, even the thought of having more people on the board, you know, I think that's a plus. So if there's anything I can do to make it happen the right way, please let me know. So that was about it for me. And I'm looking forward to the conference. I want to, you know, want to be part of it. Also in April, you know, I own my bookstore up in DC, and we declared April as African American Women's Month, you know. And we did that because January is all about Dr. King. And in February, it's Black History Month. In March, it's about white women. And so we decided to have our own spot. And so all of April, we'll be doing events on the weekend, lifting up Black women. And I'm hoping at some point that the men will step up and take June, you know, for the Black men to step up and do it. So that's about it for me. Thanks for letting me speak.
Thank you. Gina, the Remembrance Project was on, but I don't see her still on the participants, but I don't know if you wanted to mention the, or Ms. Fay may, the soil ceremony happening Saturday. Because
Did you want to report on that, or do you want me to? Because we did send out a press release earlier, so I have all the information.
I couldn't really hear you, Gina.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So let's see. On March 12th at 10 a.m. at the Martin Luther King Jr. Multipurpose Center, they're going to have a historical marker dedication ceremony. And Michelle Duster is the great granddaughter of Ida B. Wells, and she's going to be a speaker at the event. And so you don't have to pay anything to attend, it's free. And it's also going to be streamed live online.
all righty. Anybody else with public comment? Or board members that have public comment?
Yes, my name is Corey Williams, board member, and my comment basically is I wish I had known more of Miss Fay so I could talk to her and let her know that there's been a lot of us from out east, across town, from Gainesville, who have really wanted to represent and really be part of this Arts Council. And this year, we have made improvements to include more of the community. Me, I've done a whole lot in this community just from the background, but this year I'm trying to make myself more pronounced as an artist so that we can show that we do have that representation. Because I know exactly what you feel. I see those guys in front of the liquor stores. I've talked to those guys in front of the liquor stores, and I am their motivation. I know their motivation for being there. And this Arts Council and this board that we have here in Alachua County we do have the chance and the power to do something great. And so thank you for your comments today. Just keep working with us, watching us, and more importantly, just watch the brothers and how we support the sisters through this month. Because without the women in our lives, we're not lost, but we really need y'all. So we want to support y'all. We want to say thank you for the women. We acknowledge that this is March Women's Month, and just thank you for your contributions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. We always stood together. Thank you.
Any others?
Where is Stan and Carol? I'm missing them.
She had a conflict tonight. She was hoping to join us, but. it didn't get
Okay,
away.
she took the day off. Good for her. Good for her. Yeah.
Okay. If nothing else, then the meeting can be adjourned at 6:01.
Woohoo.
I
Have a
second
great
that.
evening, everybody. Have a great evening.